Alright, so on this video I will show to you how to install ComfyUI on Mac OS. This system here that I'm installing is a brand new installation, fresh. There's nothing else installed, so it's a proper way to show to you how to do it from scratch. I'm using Mac OS 15 Sequoia. This is a Mac Studio M1, so this should work on most of the new machines with the ARM processor. Alright, so we will go to ComfyUI GitHub, and we will not install ComfyUI Desktop. Because ComfyUI Desktop is very handy, let's say, because it makes the installation easier. But when you are trying to run complex workflows, the latest workflows with the latest technology, usually you will run into issues because of the Python environment and all other advanced stuff. So we will do it the proper way, and we will install from scratch from GitHub. All right? So the first thing that we will do is install a Python environment manager. For this, I will use Conda because it's very simple to create an environment and also to manage different environments with different Python versions, which sometimes you need when you are running ComfyUI with some custom nodes or some models that requires very specific versions of PyTorch, Sage Attention, and such. All right, so we'll go to the Miniconda installation. Miniconda is like a smaller version of Anaconda, so you don't need to install everything. It's a lighter version, and you go to the Miniconda install instructions here on macOS, and then we will run this sequence of commands. So I will copy all this. I will go to the terminal. So I will open my Spotlight search terminal, and then I will increase the text so you can read, and I will paste all these commands and hit enter. So it will start to create a Miniconda directory. It will download Miniconda, run some Miniconda scripts to set up your terminal, and then it will be finished. So we need to wait this to finish. Might take a few minutes. Alright, so now I will follow the next instructions here, that I need to source this, and then I will need to run this command, so it will finish all the installation setup. Alright, so that's basically it. Now you see that we have this base environment, and every time I start my terminal, it will start on the Conda base environment. Now that you have a base environment, and if I run Python here, it's the same Python that was installed with my macOS, which for now it's 3.13. Okay, and now we can create an environment for ComfyUI. So the first decision that you need to do is to set up a name and a Python version. So we do conda create -n, and we create a name that we want, like ComfyUI, and also choose the Python. So which Python version should you choose to use with ComfyUI? That will really depend on the macOS that you have installed, which will support a certain version and such. So you don't need to worry because Conda will manage all of this. But I would recommend at least 3.10, okay? But some modules or some Python libraries will require a specific Python version, and that should be the way that you choose the Python. Let's say for now I will use 3.12, and then I need to accept the terms. It will ask to download some libraries or packages, and now I need to activate my ComfyUI environment. So I will copy this, and every time you want to start your Comfy, you will use this command to start. It's not this one, okay? This one I pasted by mistake, so it's this one. And you can see now I'm using the ComfyUI environment. If I run Python, you will see that's Python 3.12 because I installed 3.12. So that's the way that you manage several Python versions inside your system. Okay? All right, so now I have a ComfyUI environment. I can proceed with the ComfyUI installation. I will come here to the ComfyUI page, search for install instructions, manual install. Now we'll search for the Apple Mac Silicon installation instructions. And if you have a Mac Intel, you probably will have a very slow ComfyUI because Macintel doesn't have GPUs. You should be really running on an M1 or M4, whatever you have, to get a decent ComfyUI performance. It's not as good as NVIDIA GPUs, but you can run, all right? First thing that we need is install PyTorch nightly. What's a PyTorch? PyTorch is the machine learning library for Python, and the nightly version is usually the latest, very latest version. Let's check this, just in case. Yeah, it's telling to install Miniconda and run the installation. So now we will run this. We installed a Conda environment, but we don't need to use Conda to install the libraries. And from my experience, I prefer to install with pip. So I will copy this, I will go to my terminal, and I will paste this. So really it doesn't matter where you are on your directory structure, as long as you have your ComfyUI environment installed and activated, right? This will download a lot of stuff. You need to wait a little bit, and then it's successfully installed all that was needed to install this PyTorch. All right, so this step is done, and now we will follow the ComfyUI manual installation for Windows and Linux. So we need to clone this repo. How do you do that? You come here on the top, then you copy this link, and you go to your terminal. I will type clear just to clean up here, and you start with Git. So you need to check if you have Git installed. If you don't have Git, you need to install Git. So if you go to the Git official website, it recommends to install with the Homebrew. You can install Xcode, but usually Xcode is like gigabytes of downloads that I don't think it's the most optimal way to install Git. So we will install Homebrew. Click here. It's very simple. You copy this command, and then you paste on your terminal. Then you type your password. All right, so it finished, took like 2 minutes or something. And now we have Brew installed. So with Brew, we will copy this command and install Git, Brew install Git. All right, we need to run this before. So let's run these commands on your terminal. Then we run this line as well. And then we run this line as well. Let's try again. Yes, now Brew is running. You see, don't forget to run these commands. It's yeah, I forgot. And now we can do Brew install Git. You need Git to run most of the custom nodes for ComfyUI, so it's a good thing that you have Git installed in your system. We can make the download of ComfyUI. So I need to know where I am on my directory structure. So here I'm inside my user directory. You don't need to do this by using the terminal. You know, you can come to our Finder, and let's say I want to come to desktop. I make the path visible, show path bar, and then you can come here and open this in terminal, or you can copy as a path name, or you can drag this to your terminal. You have several ways. All right. So I would drag this and do a CD. Just be careful if you open this on terminal, it won't be on the ComfyUI environment. You need to activate again. Conda activate ComfyUI, all right? And now that I'm on desktop, I will do the Git, come back to ComfyUI, copy this. It's Git clone the repository. All right, so it's downloading this whole thing for ComfyUI, and it's done. Now, if I check my desktop, you have a ComfyUI folder with all the files that we need. We need to move to the ComfyUI folder, so it's CD to change directory, and then it's C capital. You can press tab to autocomplete, CD ComfyUI, and now we have all the files here, and then we need to follow the instructions to install ComfyUI. Let's come here, follow the ComfyUI instructions. So we need to git the repo, then we need to download some checkpoints, etc. And then we need to install the dependencies. Okay, so we installed Torch, and now we need to install the requirements. All right, so we are inside the ComfyUI folder. We have a requirements file here, so we do pip install -r requirements.txt. This will install all the missing libraries or packages for Python that ComfyUI needs to be run. And if the package needs some other package to run, it will download everything that's needed and related to that packages. So it manages everything for you, so you don't need to guess which packages need other libraries and such. So it's finished. So now we can try to run ComfyUI. So usually we have a file called main, and we run Python main.py. And if everything's correct, ComfyUI will start. So the first time that we run this, it takes a little bit more because it's checking, creating files and stuff. Already detected that I have a Silicon Mac GPU, which is recognized here on PyTorch as MPS. And now we can see the GUI, or the user interface, a graphical user interface, is running here on this address, which I will copy and also come to my web browser and paste. So we now have a running ComfyUI, right? It's running. So the last thing that we need here is to download some models so we can test and run, a workflow. So the easiest way to do that is to run the manager. And so that's the very first custom node that you need to install. In fact, the manager is already inside ComfyUI, but it's the new manager. And most of the tutorials that we'll follow will probably be using the old manager. So I will show you both ways, and then you can choose. But I particularly like to use the old manager still. So I will stop my ComfyUI. I will press Ctrl+C to stop, right? It's the shortcut to stop the server and continue the terminal. And if I do -H here, I pressed the up arrow to check my previous terminal commands. So I will run Python main -H. It will give me a lot of options to run my ComfyUI. And we have some options here like enable manager. So I will run this with the enable manager so you can check. All right. So let's run this. And another option that you usually want to run when running on Mac Silicon is force FP32, because some workflows won't run unless you run with this. And also usually want to run with listen. You run with listen if you want other machines on your network to connect to ComfyUI. Not obligatory, but if you want to connect from another machine or from your phone, you can run --listen, and then you connect to the IP of that machine that's serving ComfyUI on the network. All right. So let's run this, and now we can reload, and you can see you have the manage. This one is the new manager. Okay. So this is the option to run the new manager, and also Ctrl+C. We have the option to run the legacy UI. Let's check this one. I'm not sure if it's installed already because they changed it recently. So I will put this, and now I will run with this option. You always need to see this message, and then you can reload. Yeah, it's not here because it's not installed. So let's install it so you can see how this works. Just search for ComfyUI Manager GitHub. It's on the official ComfyUI repository. And then we copy this. And now we need to install this on the correct folder, which is, we are inside ComfyUI. We need to go to the custom nodes, cd custom nodes. I press tab to autocomplete. And now we do a git clone this address. So it's installing the original ComfyUI Manager before it was integrated into ComfyUI. We go cd dot to go one folder back, and then we run Python main and all the options here that we had. It installed some dependencies that we needed for the manager, and it's already running, so I can reload my ComfyUI. And you can see now we have the manager, but it's the old manager that you have the model manager where you can search for models and download models from here, which is very handy. All right. So, and the last thing that I want to show to you guys from the installation part is how to run all of this within a single command on macOS, because otherwise you need to open the terminal, you need to go to the directory, run this command to restart the Python with all your options, and that's always a hassle. So one simple way to do it is that you can create an alias. An alias is a shortcut. It's like a combo of commands. So to do that, you go to your user, but then you need to show the hidden files. Command-Shift-Dot will reveal the hidden files on your Finder. And then we have this file here that's called .zshrc. We will open this with the text edit, and then we will create an alias. And then the shortcut that you want, we don't want this to be capitalized, so it's alias, I don't know, it's ComfyUI. ComfyUI, and then you can type the commands that you want to run in order. So it will be conda activate ComfyUI to activate the environment. Then, I hate this autocorrect, so we need to disable the autocorrect here. Let's not check the spelling. I don't want anything, because I'm running this on text editor. It will try to change I want plain text. Okay. All right. So conda activate ComfyUI. Then we go to the directory of conda. That is this one. So I will copy this and paste here. CD space. And then I use this symbol here to separate the commands. And then we run the Python command, which is this one for me right now, but you can change to your taste. I'll use a single quote symbol here. It's this. Then you can try this command before on your terminal to see if it's running already. Let's try this here. I will paste this. Also, Command C, Command V. Yeah, it's working. So I will keep the single quotes here and save. And now I will open my terminal, and now I can run ComfyUI. ComfyUI. It will run everything, go to the environment, go to the folder, and start ComfyUI for you. So now you can just type one thing and always start your ComfyUI. Just if you need to change your parameters here, yeah, you need to edit this file again. Or if you exit here, now you are on the correct place, so you can start to run the last command, python main.py, and then you put your parameters if you need to. All right, so that's the ComfyUI installation on Mac OS. This is Sequoia on Apple Silicon.